All right, what's up? This is Will here with another funnel breakdown. Today I'm breaking down Vacation. You can check them out at Vacation Inc. And there's a couple different reasons why this is such a unique brand. I think first off, it is one of the most creative brands I've broken down ever. They are up there with Liquid Death. They've really taken branding and customer experience, I guess, to a whole another level with this brand. So I think this like that alone makes this brand very unique. I'm going to show and just break down some of the cool things they're doing. Then also, I think what makes this brand unique to me is how they started. I want to spend a little bit of time just talking about that, just how they. I think originally it was founded in 2014 as a Tumblr page called Pool Suite. So this is long before they ever started selling products. I don't think they really launched the e-commerce store until 2021. But the Tumblr page had eventually sort of morphed into some sort of radio on like SoundCloud, I think maybe called Pool Suite. So it originally started as sort of like a radio station, and then the founder of that partnered with a couple other guys who are looking at starting a sunscreen brand. So they kind of took this. Again, it's this common story I see with some brands that are really successful where they're able to like merge different markets or bridge different markets or find unique sort of advantages or unique ways to get traction. So I think that's really, really cool. I'm going to dive deeper into it with my partner, Brian, in our Why Brands Work video. But I think it's worth noting that this is what's like just how they form this brand is really, really cool. But with that said, let's jump into the breakdown. I've quickly got an audit for you. And I'll link to this. Not like a ton of traffic. I estimate they're probably driving like 75,000 visitors a month. Top countries, US. They do get a lot of backlinks. They do get a lot of organic traffic and organic search. Most of their traffic is coming to one of their just sort of homepage, or they also drive a lot of traffic to this for some reason this I can't pronounce it. I'm just going to call it perfume. Et tu de toilette. Okay, I'm showing my lack of French here, but yeah, I think they drive a lot of traffic to this too, or this one gets a lot of traffic as well. And then they do a really good job, I think, on Instagram. They got a really cool presence. But you can check out YouTube. They're even driving some traffic via LinkedIn too. Just like quickly going through the funnel here. It's a single opt-in, no live chat. They do an email opt-in. They're not really doing a lot of cross-selling and upselling, although I'll go into their cart. And I think they're doing a really cool job with their cart upsells and stuff like that. And they do have an abandoned checkout flow. I did get that. No real bounce back flow. I will talk about their post-purchase flow because I don't even know if it's technically a flow. I don't even know what I'm going to call it, but it is truly the most creative thing I've ever seen in a post-purchase experience. So you'll see me talk about that in a second. But yeah, that's just a little bit of a breakdown or just a little bit of an audit. Let's start with their traffic here coming in. So again, like I use SimilarWeb, and you can pay for this tool, but you can see it yourself. But yeah, they are doing a little bit of sponsored ads here, sponsored search. A lot of the keywords are like vacation, Vacation Inc., vacation sunscreen. Also, if you just Google that, or if you do that, just like Vacation Inc., a lot of their retailers will pop up too. So they are doing a lot of their Nordstrom, Ulta, Target, Sephora are bidding on these keywords too. But yeah, I mean, estimated about 70,000, maybe a little more. I think they might have done 90,000 visitors in February. Most of it is coming from the U.S., but it's pretty diverse. I would say, like, a lot of stores I review, it's more like 90% U.S. So, yeah, a lot of people are looking at this brand globally too. Um, there's a lot of their organic search terms. Again, I went over it. It's a lot of sort of stuff with their brand name in it. Paid search terms, very similar. Um, they do get a lot of referrals. I'm going to talk about this if I have that breakdown somewhere. Yeah, so 10% of their traffic is referrals. And this is honestly probably one of the highest I've ever seen. A lot of times you'll see stores maybe that are doing a good job at like 2 or 3%. And a lot of it is coming from this pool suite. This pool suite that I'm going to talk about, or Pool OS that I'm going to talk about. That is so cool. But yeah, a lot of their traffic is coming from here because it's amazing what they're doing here. And then again, their social traffic, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, good amount on LinkedIn. You can see their ads here. You could just go and search Vacation Inc. on the Facebook ad library and you can see it. I would say they're probably doing a lot of middle retargeting here. Just if you've gone on the site or looked at a product page. I'm not sure how much top of funnel traffic they're doing here, but they are doing some ads and you can see it. And it's, again, the branding is really creative. The copy's creative. The videos, it's like this whole nostalgic 80s vibe that we're going to jump into on what makes this just such a creative brand. All right, let's talk about their three main channels. So there's the brick and mortar, their D2C side of their business, which I think is really the main channel for them. And then there is the Amazon business too. They're doing a fair amount of sales on Amazon. So yeah, I think that a lot of the brick and mortar traffic, so you can go on their site and there is a store locator. So you can see they do have a pretty good retail presence. I'm based in Atlanta, so let's see. Sometimes I was having trouble getting this to load. But yeah, you can go to an Ulta or Nordstrom's, and it looks like they are in those locations. So they got a pretty good distribution just in retail. And again, I've found those retailers are using keywords also to drive traffic to their online store. So like Ulta's right here. I'll quickly go through the Amazon business before we get into the D2C side. Let me just fix this. Okay. Amazon business is similar. They're actually driving a fair amount of, I think they're doing a fair amount of sales here. So you just go to Amazon and you can sort of search Vacation Inc. You can see some of their products here. So yeah, it's not probably not their biggest channel, but yeah, they are doing like a decent amount of volume here. And I think the stuff they do around like taking their products and making them into air fresheners and how that fits into like the 80s sort of vibe it's just really, really cool. They do a great job like upselling this in the cart as well. But yeah, and I will say like they do a pretty good job. Again, they bring this branding over to the Amazon page. And you can see they have it's pretty well built out, like the product descriptions, the fragrance notes, doing a good job cross-selling other products here. So they have spent some time optimizing that. And then, yeah, let's jump into the D2C side because I think this is really like the coolest part. So yeah, they are driving a lot of traffic to the homepage, the collection page, product pages. If you were to just land on their home site, you will get, as of this recording, a pop-up like this that leads to a pre-purchase flow. Again, it's really cool. It's kind of like, it's just a different way of doing it. It's the same offer we see a lot of brands use, like 10% off, but it's sort of this like 80s nostalgic vibe, like the cutout coupon code, the weird kind of italicized font. So yeah, and the email I got, if I go to that pop-up form, was something like this. So again, welcome to vacation, enjoy 10% off, welcome aboard. Please use this coupon code. I'm pretty sure this is a dynamic discount code they're using. They're using Klaviyo in the stores on Shopify. And then they're sort of cross-selling stuff. You can tell they're using like the dynamic products here because it looks like this is a broken product link. And it just shows that sometimes it happens to the best of us where, like maybe a product goes out of stock or you change the image in Shopify or something like that, and that causes these templates, the images in these templates to break. So it's like something that you constantly have to sort of monitor. But yeah, pretty cool little post-purchase flow there. One thing that was unique, they didn't ask for SMS subscription, which I thought was interesting. They're not really doing much of that. In really much marketing at all with SMS. Anyway, moving on to the collection pages. So if you were to just go here to the store, they also call it like the gift shop. I've seen it. There's a couple different ways they call this. But yeah, I mean, they got a full suite of sort of, sunscreen sort of inspired products. And they're all really cool. They're all like really, it's just like really interesting how they go about this, like I said, with the air fresheners, but they're just unique branding with this, like bringing back the Arizona lip balm, or like, I think this is a really cool product too. I've never seen this, like a sunscreen as a whipped cream. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, let's just say I bought the, I have it right here, this Super Spritz. I don't know if you can see that. That's the one I bought. So if you were to, I'll just go through the funnel I went through. So product pages are pretty straightforward here. It's pretty decent. Features going down here, showing reviews, dermatologist approved. Again, they get into the ingredients, some more reviews, cross-selling down here. But let's say you were adding to bag, and I think this is the coolest part or one of the cooler things they're doing here. I could see they've really put a lot of emphasis into their sort of slide out cart here. And not only they're doing a cross-selling, a good job of that here, but they're also sort of, they're using these air freshener products to, I don't think that's necessarily their strategy to just use it as a way to drive up AOV. I think it fits into their whole branding, but it is a great way to kind of do it. And they're even like, hey, you can get a free baby oil air freshener on orders over $65. So, and I unlocked that gift because I had added two. So I think that's another cool way. Instead of just saying like, hey, if you order over $65, you get free shipping. I think they're finding a cool way to do it, to incentivize people to buy more on their first order, or anytime they order, to increase the AOV in a sort of a fun way that's on brand. So I think this is well thought out, and it's really, really cool. Some social proof too. When you check out, they actually use I think they use the one-page checkout here. with Shopify. So I found that interesting. Um, yeah, and then again, there was not a lot of like SMS marketing. I did not get any SMS messages when I opted in. Or yeah, I did a lot of this in the post-purchase experience. I didn't get any, but let's dive into the actual what happens after they check out. Um, so there is a little bit of zero-party data collection. They're using that app called Fairing, where they're just trying to learn where you heard about us. I normally recommend a lot of our clients do this just to be collecting that information. Also, they're using this new app I've seen a lot of stores use called Disco, where you sort of cross-sell other related products. I found this interesting just because their brand is so unique and so tight. I found it interesting that they were sort of showing other brands, but they are using that app. I've seen a lot of stores, not a lot, but some stores use this. Post-purchase emails. So they're using the, I think just standard Shopify emails. And again, it's got this 80s sort of vibe, like this. I love this little like fax or fake fax picture. And so this was like my order notification email. Then I got a shipping confirmation email. And then I got a few days later. And then this was a post-purchase email. Do you have a radio station? I'll talk about this in a second, but I think this goes back to the let me see if I can get a link to it. Yeah, it goes to the Pool OS. So they're already starting to sort of link to that, the Pool Suite, because this is one of the cooler things they do. And yeah, they're doing a little bit of selling here, like not like necessarily recommending other products, but maybe like Pool Suite sort of products. And this Pool Suite is what's driving a lot of the referrals. If you remember, at the beginning of this video, I talked about how 10% of their traffic is coming from referrals, which I found to be like really like great and super high. I haven't seen a brand have that much referral traffic. And it's really all around this Pool OS, Pool Suite stuff that we're about to dive into. So yeah, that's a little bit of the post-purchase experience. I also wanted to talk about the browse abandonment flow and the abandoned checkout flow before I move on to post-purchase. So these scratch-offs, this is like really cool, and I'm going to talk about this in a second, but I'm pretty sure this is the browse abandonment flow, or I don't know if this is a part of the abandoned checkout flow, but yeah, so assuming that it is the browse abandonment, if you were to browse, they're not necessarily showing you their product. They're coming back to this like scratch off. And this is included in all the orders. And this is like really another cool feature of their post-purchase flow that I'll talk about. But I found that very interesting that they're kind of using this in the browse abandonment experience instead of going straight for the product. And I think it's just, again, it's like more about their brand. It's more about adding value. And I really love how they do this. Their abandoned checkout flow is pretty funny too. It's like a fake letter style email. Again, sort of this 80s look. And then it's signed by Ray Smith, their regional sales and director and part-time accountant. So I thought that's pretty good. Again, it's cheeky, it's funny, it's like very creative, but it's also like a very simple email. I bet this performs really well. Simple letter style email, dynamic product here with a button that goes back to the cart. And it's a letter style, so it's a pretty simple email. So I bet it gets pretty good inbox placement as well. All right, let's jump into the unboxing experience and what's going on post-purchase. So I love their unboxing experience. So when you buy the product on the site, this is what sort of my experience. I got the package like a week later, and then the packing slip. It's literally just making fun of the whole packing slip in general. A lot of times when you get these slips, it's like just this generic printout that the brand's fulfillment department is printing out, and they're kind of poking fun of it here. Um, just by mentioning fulfillment department, consumer division, but it actually is like a packing slip or a receipt. So I found that to be pretty cool. Um, Moving on, there is this sort of it comes in this sort of cool little bag, or at least the spritz I got. And then yeah, you get this scratch off. So this is the one I got. And I did not win, but if you scratch it off, I'm not sure, like, can you win, or what happens if you win, or if they're even doing that. But yeah, like, if you were to to do this. So first off, this QR code gives you another discount code, which I'm not sure how much it was. Uh, but if you were to, and there's just so many, like, I don't know, like, I think I captured all of this, but this is such a very unique, and there's so many layers to this post purchase experience. But so yeah, you scratch it off, and then you can scan this QR code, um, and basically, and again, the one I got was the metal detecting championships. I think they've got other different sort of fake lottery scratch offs, but it'll go to this link tree, and then eventually you could go back to Instagram, or you could go back to the shopping plaza. And I put the link here to check this out, but eventually you can go to Pool OS. And this is where things get like really, really cool. I'm just going to sort of talk about it. I'm just going to show in real time what it looks like. So, again, it's got this very um, sort of like Windows 90s, late 80s look to it. The pool suite, there's a lot of different things here. They call it Pool OS version 4.0. So yeah, you can click on the people who are behind this too. So I know Marty is one of the co-founders. So yeah, you can see that, and then also, like, there's just really, like, you can change your theme here too. Like, this is crazy. This is the default version, um, but it's like quite crazy. And you could even like download stuff, like the wallpaper. There is a guest book where this I tested this. This is Leisure 101. That was me. So people are going in here, and it's dated as 1997, but it's really like, this is March 31st. This is April 1st. April 1st. So like, people are coming here, almost every day, and leaving stuff, leaving reviews. I talked about the themes, the social media. Again, what I originally talked about, how this brand originally was like Pool Suite FM. It was like a radio station on Tumblr and SoundCloud, I think. And one of the co-founders had started this, and then he had sort of met the other two. So they still sort of keep that DNA. So you can still come to their Pool Suite and listen to stuff. So that's just one side of it. And then there's all this other stuff. There's the launcher, where there's Pool Suite FM. Um, there's the mixtapes, which is more music. There's apps, like, you can literally, there's a pool. So I'm on Pool OS, but there's literally an app for iPhone, Mac. I think one is coming for Android soon. There's this TV that I was going through, where I don't know. It's just sort of fits within their brand, like a bunch of 80s videos. Um, they do link back to their site, so you can go back to the game shop. Um, and yeah, let's jump into some other cool stuff here. So I think that another really cool thing about Vacation is how they're using crypto. Um, Not just in general as a brand, but also in their post purchase flow. Um, there's kind of two or three different ways they're doing it. The first one is that I found is the Grand Leisure. So this is sort of like a way to create your own. What do they call it? Leisurist. I guess this is your own NFT, and you can style it. Um, So I was playing around with this, and it's like it looks like it looks like the dashboard of like an old Mercedes or uh, an old like Jaguar from the 80s kind of. If you could imagine, this is what like the dashboard would look like in that car. So you could play around with that, and then I think you can literally buy these NFTs that people are creating on OpenSea. So really cool what's going on there. I've never seen, I don't see a lot of e-commerce brands doing this. But that's just one way they're doing it. Another one is, I guess this is their loyalty program. Um, so again, so you can, I guess the time in this recording is in April. I guess South by Southwest just happened, and then I guess there was this pool suite shoot in Miami in 2023. But let me see what happened here. Forgot how I got to it. There's just so many layers to it. Okay. I could go back here. So if you you could click on this drop down. It's the Executive Club. So again, it looks like an Amex Gold card. You can become a member to this, and I guess this is literally like their sort of a loyalty program. I'm not totally sure. Let's see. Can you bid? Oh, this is the Patron member, and this is okay. So you buy. Okay, they're sold out. So you'd have to buy this on OpenSea. See, so this is pretty cool. Okay, so maybe it's not a loyalty, but yeah, I mean, it reminds me of I reviewed Liquid Death's pre-purchase flow, where you sign a contract, like you sign a debt. What is it? The Liquid Death flow. To opt in, it's like you can either pay $125,000 or you can sell your soul. Yeah, the sell your soul flow. It kind of reminds me, it's just like a cool, I know that is pre-purchase, but it's just like a cool, different way to really build loyalty, I think, by just having people have these, like, you can buy these NFTs, become like an executive member. Again, I hardly ever see stuff like this, so it's really, really unique what's going on there. Let me get back. Another thing they're doing too with crypto is the Manor. Yeah, the Manor DAO is a modern tale of luck, grit, know-how, and the magic that arises when an assortment of eccentric characters come together to buy a goddamn manor. So I'm not sure if this happened or if they were able to buy this, but yeah, I mean, it's just really cool. I've never seen a brand really leverage crypto like this, especially in their post-purchase experience. Another sort of thing they're doing too is, so they have events, they have the suites, and then they have their own Substack called the Palm Report, which, yeah, I mean, I've read through some of this stuff. I mean, some of it is talking about South by Southwest. um, that just came up, but you could see, and again, like you really only find this if you dive deep into um, their their Pool OS sort of suite here. So yeah, I mean, I linked to all of this, and I'm not sure I captured. Like, I feel like I feel like I need to come back here and just go through it all again because there's so much here to what they're doing post purchase. Um, yeah, outside of that, they do have some newsletters they send post purchase too. I think I had sort of figured out they're doing about 15 a month. And I would encourage you to go to mild.com and check out their newsletters. I think that they're really cool too. They're great. The branding is really elevated there as well. A lot of sort of cool, cheeky ways to do just product based emails or discount promotional emails. But yeah, that's the overall breakdown of Vacations funnel. Hope you enjoyed this. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to email me at will@flowcandy.com anytime.